everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I am so excited. And you may be wondering, girl, relax. No, I'm not gonna relax. I am so excited because this is the first episode for A Writer's Scope, and the reason why I call it A Writer's Scope is because you guys send me whatever advice you need to my email, girl. It is on the screen, writersoneworld@gmail.com. all right, send me whatever it is that you need, and I got my first person to send me an email, and I'm so happy because I'm like, yes, I've been wanting this. I've been wanting to do this. I want to help people out, even if it is just one person. I don't care. I want to help. So with that being said, welcome to A Writer's Scope. On this episode of A Writer's Scope, today we are going to be talking about relationship. Hopefully I help you out with your issue because honestly I can relate to this like 100%. I'm gonna put the email on the screen. I'm not gonna show the name because like I said, I'm gonna keep this 100% anonymous. Don't forget that it will be anonymous. So if you want me to, you know, say your name, like if you don't care, I will do it for you. Just know that you have to give me the A-OK. So with that being said, let's get right on into this video. So I have this character who sent me in his video, and I'm going to read the email, and I'm going to give him the name Paul. So Paul says, "Hi, I came across one of your videos and I loved how you voiced your opinion on moving on from a breakup. I noticed at the end you said you also give advice. I really need advice on my relationship." So a little backstory, I've been with my boyfriend for almost 3 years, and he has this friend of the opposite sex who he claims he doesn't have feelings for, but I can just tell he does. What should I do? Red flag right there. I feel like I need to write this down because honestly that's a red flag right there. I don't want to leave him because I love him and I really see a future with him. I also don't know if I should have a talk with his friend about boundaries. From what I can tell, they're super appropriate, but they also have a past. But I know she wants to be with him. I'm so confused. A part of me wants to just say, fuck it, and leave, but a huge part of me wants to fight for my relationship. Please help. Another red flag. I also need advice in another area of my relationship. My boyfriend has cheated on me in the past and I took him back, but sometimes I can't help but feel like he would do it again. He hasn't done anything recently that would make me question him, but I still feel a little uneasy, and every time I bring it up, he offers to break up as if that's a solution. He says that he doesn't want to make me uncomfortable, so maybe it would be better if we just separated. Is that BS or does he really care? Also, okay, this is not advice, but also, can you do a story time about your first heartbreak? Yes, I will do a story time about my first heartbreak. However, what I was wanting to do is to wait on that story is because I don't know if I should be too bare so soon since I don't have a large platform, but I will do it. I don't mind. I plan to do it anyways. It's just the time that I plan to do it is different than what I thought, so I'll just do it sooner. Who cares? So, firstly, based off the advice I'm going to give you off of the first paragraph, the second paragraph wouldn't even matter. So I've been through this like to a T. Like I was with someone who cheated on me. I took time out before we got back together. It was like 6 months before we got back together. I'm trying to do the math, but either like we were friends. We ended up being friends like halfway through that because we were trying to be friends again, and then we ended up dating like longer within whatever. Anyways, so I have experience with taking back a cheater. And so in this, you're basically saying that you are insecure about a friend that he has. Let me tell you why. It's because, one, he cheated on you. And also keep in mind, what I want to know is a few questions. First, how old are you? Are you still in high school? If you're still in high school, like, you might as well let that man go, right? And I'm not saying like, oh, high school relationships are ridiculous, blah, 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 they don't last. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you're high school age and you're still in high school, you could take that time to grow for yourself. Because honestly, what's not right now may be right later on in your future, or what's not right now may not be right at all for you. And you're seeing the signs now. You're seeing a lot of red flags, dude. Like, listen, I wish someone told me this, or I feel like someone did tell me this and I just didn't listen. Like, I'm sure you have friends who are telling you like, bro, this is toxic, you need to go. And it really is, because like, listen, not only like even if you're my age, like you're in your 20s, this is still a time for you to grow. Like you do not need to stay with someone just because you feel obligated to do so. Yes, you love them, but oftentimes, like just because you love them, the strongest thing and the best thing that you need to do is to consider yourself in the situation. Even if he was to drop his friend, that's a girl, I'm assuming, like, are you not going to be insecure about the next person that comes along? Me, I thought that it was just one thing over and over, right? Like when I took back the guy who cheated on me, I was just like, oh, it's just one thing that I need to get over. There was always something that I needed to get over. And by that, I'm saying there's always someone that I was insecure about. So like he had a friend that like, this is going to be my heartbreak story, so maybe I won't mention that, but like he had a friend that I had to be comfortable with that I was never comfortable with ever, but I had to fake it. And eventually I got to the point to where I was just more tolerant of this friend. And so like I kind of moved on. Like, okay, say that person's name was Sally or whatever, right? I ended up tolerating Sally, and then I moved on to the next person to feel insecure about, because as you continue and you grow, you make new friends. And so if he cheated on you, really doesn't matter, like if he cheated on you with a girl or a boy, to be quite honest, because like as you make more friends, if he cheated on you with a boy, you're going to be insecure about the next guy that comes into his life each and every single time. It literally takes a while to get over cheating. It takes a long time. It literally took me 2 years to get over it. Like I didn't realize that I was still struggling on this cheating until like we broke up, and I was like, wow, a lot of problems derived from the fact that I was so insecure about everything. And that's not who you are. Do you really want to be insecure about every single, person that comes into his life? Because you're worrying about, what they might be doing. You even said it yourself. What did you say over here? You were like, from what I can tell, they're super appropriate. If he never cheated on you, would you be questioning this person? I want you to ask yourself that. And also, you're like, that she wants to be with him. First of all, is that even a good friend? Why are you going to put yourself in that situation to be in a triangle? That she has feelings for him, you have feelings for your boyfriend, and your boyfriend is probably sitting there like, do I want to stay with my man, or do I want her who I know who has feelings for me? That is terrible. And the reason why I'm telling you that he's probably thinking that is because you said over here that he said that he offers to break up as if that's a solution. That means that he is not necessarily trying to think of other solutions. Like he's just kind of like probably tired of talking about it, and it's like, well, you shouldn't have took me back if you're just gonna be like this, or I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, so let's just break up. I'm not trying to say that the person you're with is a bad person. That's not what I'm saying at all. However, when you took them back because you wanted to regain that trust. You wanted to continue with them because you love them. But think about it, okay? Like, really think about it, because I know you say that you see a future with this person, but are you settling? Be real with yourself, boy. Like, be real with yourself. Are you settling? Because I know for me, I was settling. And I was saying like, oh, there's nobody else better out there. I don't want anybody else to get close to me. I don't want people to, think that like our relationship was trash. And I was also saying to myself, like, this is the best that I'm ever going to get. Like, this guy is amazing. He's so amazing. So why am I going to let him go? And turns out he just wasn't. He wasn't that, the great guy that I thought I could never ever get. The one who let go, or the one who I let go, right? The one that I can never get back. The one who got away is the saying, right? Like, if you genuinely think that, if that's your train of thought, like, I genuinely see a future with him, and like he's the best that I'm ever going to get. I know you didn't say that, but like if you have that thought, go, leave. You gotta help yourself, because what I'm seeing in this email is that you're not over the cheating. One, because you're not comfortable with him having opposite sex friends. So the reason why I'm saying that is because you stated specifically he has this friend of the opposite sex who he claims he doesn't have feelings for. That right there tells me that you don't trust him. And to be honest with you, like, if you don't trust the person that you're with, that's not only like, that's not fair to you. For one, you should trust the person that you're with. And for two, that's not fair to them. Because what if they genuinely want to grow with you and you're out here like sending me an email because you don't trust them? Because you're asking me, what should you do? And if you have to go out of your way to ask, what should you do? I feel like you know what you should do. Like, I'm just trying to be real with you. Like, honestly, if you have to ask, you already know. And I genuinely, I'm not saying that like he cannot be your blessing, he cannot be your husband in the future. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for you and for your growth, I think that you need to separate yourself from this man. Don't, I think you need to take time away from him. I think you need to stop being friends for a little bit, maybe talk here and there. Don't be a friends with benefits, because that completely defeats the point. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know that they feel that they are amazing, that you feel great when you're with them. And I know that like before the cheating, you guys were just like two peas in a pod, but like that's not what it is now, because after cheating you guys have now experienced something that is traumatic. It is detrimental. Why is it traumatic? Because it's constantly in the back of your head, it's constantly in the back of your mind, and you're constantly worrying. You're always sticking with this notion that like they cheated once, they definitely did it, so what's going to stop them from doing it again? If it was easy the first time, it gets easier as you continue forward. And no matter how comfortable you're going to get with, someone who cheated on you, I'm not saying that you guys can't thrive. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that you need to take time for yourself to get over the cheating, to understand who you were as a person before that happened. And also, you said, please help. A huge part of me wants to say, F it and leave, but a huge part of me wants to fight for my relationship. The thing that I'm wondering is like, is he even fighting for your relationship? Because you say that he offers to break up, and I see the saltiness here, my guy. Like, you said as if that's a solution. I feel the same way. That's not a solution, bro. Like, why aren't we brainstorming here? Why aren't you telling me the different ways that you can do, that you can act, so that we can be comfortable, and so that way I can eventually be comfortable with your friend who I know has feelings for you? Did you ask him if he's aware of the fact that this girl has feelings for him? Like, people are so sneaky, so conniving, it's ridiculous. And I honestly do not want you to be in that sort of situation. And so basically, to sum up everything that I just said to you, right, I think you need to separate yourself from the situation. I understand that you love the person and it's going to be hard, but I don't think that you completely healed from the cheating, because you're insecure about his friends. You're insecure, let me not say friends plural, because you only mentioned one person. So you're insecure about his friend that's of the opposite sex. That makes me wonder if he cheated on you with someone of the opposite sex. But also, it makes me wonder, why are you even worried if you took him back in the first place, right? Shouldn't you trust them? It's not fair. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to him at all. And also, to go back to your second point, you said that he hasn't done anything recently that would make me question him, but I still feel a little uneasy, and every time I bring it up, he offers to break up. How long ago was this that he cheated on you? Did you take time in between the cheating to kind of like reconcile with yourself, to ask yourself what you truly want, for one? And also, in this time, if you're still uneasy, you shouldn't have gotten back with him, because I mean, you're going to be uneasy. That's just something that comes with being cheated on. And so at the end, you're saying, so maybe it would be better if we just separated. Is that bull? Or does he really care? I'm not saying he doesn't care. I don't know, because you've been with this guy for almost 3 years. Who stays with someone for 3 years if they don't care about them to a certain extent, right? So personally, I think that he genuinely cares about you. I genuinely think that he cares about you. However, what I want to say is that he may need time to understand who he is as a man first. Because in order for someone to go out and cheat, they might be struggling with something within themselves. He may have troubles with lust. Maybe he needs to work on himself so that way he cannot do that to anyone else ever again. Also, does he have a history on cheating on his other partners? Is that something you should consider? I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm just saying that he's acting very conveniently blase, we'll do whatever makes you comfortable type of laid back type of dude. As far as this, I'm not saying that's his personality, but as far as when it comes to this personal like situation, he's too laid back for me. And the reason why I could see that is because it's like I said before, I went through this. Like, I literally went through this whole thing, and it's disgusting. I hate it. I hate people who do that. Like, why cheat? I know sometimes it's a mistake, but like, I think personally, my guy, I'm so sorry. I think you need to take time for yourself. I personally think that you need to say, okay, even if you took time for yourself, even if it was 6 months for me, it's hard to go through. And I want you to make sure 100% that you're over the cheating before you continue in a relationship with that person, because it's not fair to them and it's not fair to you. You need to be in a relationship with someone that you 100% trust, someone that you can grow with, who you see a future with, who you don't see infidelity in the future or in your past. That's not fair. You should not be with someone who cheated on you in the past, especially if you're not over it. If you're still uneasy, that uneasiness is going to be with you for the rest of your life. To be quite honest with you, because you experienced this, you're going to walk into your next relationship like they're probably just going to cheat on me too. And I don't want you to have that. I don't want your relationship to end poorly. I want you to tell this guy that you need time for yourself to make sure that this is truly what you want for you. Okay, I want you to make sure 100,000% that this person is going to be with you in the future for 3 times a million more years. Okay, like if you're going to stay with him, eliminate the uneasy. Okay, and by doing that, you guys need to think of solutions where you are comfortable. So if he needs to drop that friend, or that's kind of mean to say to drop a friend, but if he sees a future with you as well, why should that even matter, right? Oh, you're uneasy with this person over here because you think they like me, and I'm sure they like me too. Why are you even entertaining that sort of relationship? There's a lot of whys here. Why is he entertaining this? Why isn't he trying to make you feel less, uncomfortable? Just break up. That tells me that he really wants to maybe take time for himself. Maybe he's okay with breaking up. So I know I've said this like a bunch of times. This is my overall consensus. I'm sorry I rambled. I'm sorry I talked really fast, but I want you to take time for yourself. I want you personally to say to him like, okay, maybe we can revisit the topic of dating again. I want you to take time for yourself. See what it is that you want. If you truly want me, then you will do anything, to be with me. We've been together for almost 3 years, dude. Like, why am I having this uneasiness? Why did we have to go through this, right? Why did we have to have this uncomfortability now? When, 3 years is a long time. You've watched me grow. I've seen you grow. Like, we should be in a really good place now, but we're not, because you cheated. And so I don't want you to play victim. That's not what we're doing here. And I also don't want you to like point a finger at him, because that's not going to make him grow. So what I want you to do is say, I need time for myself for a minute, and maybe we can revisit this topic. Hopefully you will want me then if I want you then. Like, kind of make it like, don't make it a joke, obviously, but don't make it so heavy to the point to where you're both like ending up staying together, and then a year later you realize that you should have broken up with him now. So I'm just saying, break up. Me, I wish I had broken up with the person. I wish I hadn't have. I don't want to say I regret anything, because it definitely taught me a lesson, but I wish I took more time understanding who I was as a woman before I got into a relationship with someone who cheated on me in the past. So I want you to take time for yourself. Maybe explore different people, different dating. Don't, have sex with just anybody. Literally be as celibate as you can, so that way you can understand who you are, for one, understand what you are going to tolerate and handle in the future relationship. And if your current man isn't fitting what you want to tolerate in a relationship, then you need to go. So that's what I have for you today. I am sorry, Paul, but I know that's probably what you didn't want to hear, but that's the point of this scope, is to tell you what I see, what I feel, and I'm going to give you the best advice that I can. And also, like, if you are okay with responding to this video and not remaining anonymous, you can comment down below and we can start a conversation. You can send me another email as far as an update, and then I'll give you my best advice as well. I really want you to take time to understand who you are as a person. And even if you don't struggle with that, like, the reason why I say take time who you are as a person is because, especially after cheating, you start blaming yourself quite often, or you start being like, okay, why did he feel the need to step out? So I want you to find out who you are as an individual, find out what you want to tolerate in a relationship, and then proceed forward. And if he is not going to meet those expectations because he was the one that caused you to be in this sort of predicament, then he needs to go. I'm sorry, my love. That's what I have for you today. Please give me an update. Send me another email if you would like to. I don't mind, honestly. Don't forget, everyone, the email is writersoneworld@gmail.com. I love hearing from you, and I am so excited and so happy that you guys messaged me today. Thank you, Paul, for messaging me today. And hopefully we can continue forward with more episodes. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next week.